Falcon 9 is on internal power.
Okay, now we're in the launch of the Dragon capsule. It's going to rendezvous with the ISS in about T-1 minute. We are going to do the startup. We will having
Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon is in startup.
Ground gas closeout is complete.
and we have a startup.
Stage 2 pressing for flight. Go for launch.
So go for launch, guys. There's 35, 34, 33.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Stage 1 present.
T-minus 15 seconds.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition.
We have ignition and liftoff! Liftoff of the Dragon capsule. Rendezvous with the ISS.
Switching downrange.
Oh yes, the sound. Oh yes, my friends. Oh, I love the crackle. We are 37 seconds in. You can only see the fire.
Power and telemetry are nominal.
Vehicle is supersonic.
And the vehicle is supersonic, which means it's faster than sound.
Vehicle is experiencing
And
maximum
max
aerodynamic
Q.
pressure.
It's just after T plus 1 minute, and we have had a nominal liftoff of our Falcon 9.
It's been
We're
delayed
just
for
about
so
to pass
many
through
times,
max
and
Q,
finally,
which is the maximum aerodynamic
launched.
pressure that
it's
the
launched.
vehicle will see.
It's
Actually, we've
April
confirmed
10.
that we've passed through max Q. So now we will have a series of 3 events coming up in rapid succession. Main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start. Main engine cutoff, or what we like to call MECO, is where all 9 engines on the Falcon 9 first stage shut down. This is then followed up by the stage separation, or the separation of the first and second stages. And then finally is the second engine start, where the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage lights up and begins to carry Dragon to its targeted orbit. So let's listen into the countdown net for those 3 events coming up here in just about 10 seconds.
MECO.
And stage separation. And we have the second engine started.
Now there you can see on your left screen is the first stage, and on your right screen is the second stage. We've just had a successful MECO and stage separation, as well as second stage startup, which you can see on your right screen. That's the
we're
second
going to do
stage
the boost
engine
back
glowing red there. We've also begun the boost back burn for the first stage. That you can see brightly on your screen, on your left screen there. And And there on your right screen, you can actually see the nose cone from Dragon deploying and falling back down to Earth. Now that nose cone helps protect the Dragon during ascent from aerodynamic loads, but once we're in the vacuum of space, we no longer actually need it.
And stage 1 boost back burn shut down.
And as you see on your left screen, it has gone dark because the boost back burn is now complete. And in order to make its way back to the drone ship of Course I Still Love You, the first stage executes a series of 3 burns. The first burn is the boost back burn, which you just saw, and that's meant to slow the rocket down and reorient it for re-entry. Shortly after this first burn is initiated, the grid fins, which are located near the top of the first stage, are deployed to help guide the rocket during descent.
That is true.
Following that boost back burn, Falcon 9 then executes its re-entry burn, which slows itself down before hitting the dense parts of the Earth's atmosphere.
Yep.
Then last is the landing burn, which helps to rapidly slow down the first stage booster as it touches down on our drone ship.
You can see right there, the, what do you call that? The engine is actually...
It's T plus 4.5
like
minutes
fly,
here,
but
and the second stage is
it
on its
actually
way
is
to
supposed to
drop Dragon off into its targeted orbit. What you see on your screen there is that nice glowing Merlin vacuum engine. We've had an on-time launch this morning at 2:48 a.m., which was just a few minutes ago, and ascent was nominal. We've had a great stage separation, and now second stage is on its way to take Dragon to orbit.
Fun fact, the Falcon 9 has 9 Merlin 1D engines on the first stage.
So coming up here in about a minute and a half will be that entry burn that I mentioned earlier for the first stage. If we do land this booster today, it will be SpaceX's 39th booster landing. Now it's very early in the morning here, so we don't get a lot of sunlight in that first stage view. But when we do have the entry burn start, you should be able to see a little bit of that first stage.
Okay.
Stage 2 continues to follow a nominal trajectory.
I believe the second stage is going to geostationary orbit or geo.
T plus 6 minutes, and we're just about 30 seconds away from that first stage entry burn. Second stage is still looking good.
Okay, here is the entry burn. Okay. We will see the entry burn.
Stage 1
And
There you can see on your left
friends.
screen there that first stage re-entry burn has just begun. It's glowing pretty bright
Stage 2
there.
continues to follow a nominal
Since we're not getting a lot of
trajectory.
sunlight, at least the engines are giving us a good view of that first stage. Now we actually don't need all 9 engines for this entry burn, so we are actually only using 3 engines. And that completes the first stage entry burn.
We will have the landing burn.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Now the first stage landing burn should be beginning in about 20 seconds here. It's a bit dark, so we might not be able to get a great view of the first stage landing, but we'll see what we can see there.
Oh, there it is.
And it looks like we got an infrared shot of stage 1 there. That's an awesome view. So we're not getting a lot of sunlight, at least we could see it with the infrared view.
Oh,
And
there
there's
it
that
is.
landing burn beginning. That looks awesome.
Yep, it does, sure. Sure does.
Again, we are landing on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. Looks like we're following the first stage all the way to the
Stage 2
drone
is
ship.
entered terminal guidance.
Here it is, the drone ship, my guys.
Looks like we've got a good live view of this landing here.
And
We have touchdown of the first stage. Falcon 9 vehicle on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. That was an incredible view of that entire landing. That was awesome.
that was really awesome.
So now going back to our primary mission, our second stage is about to meet. Actually, it looks like we just had SECO, the second engine cutoff, which means we're coming up on Dragon separation soon here. Waiting for confirmation of good orbit. And we have confirmation of good orbit. And we've got this live view of the Dragon trunk from the second stage, the aft end of, or the forward end of the second stage.
We will deploy.
And we're looking directly into the trunk of the Dragon. So inside of the trunk of the Dragon, what you can see there are some of these science experiments that Dragon is taking up to the International Space Station.
Yep. Deploy. Do we have a deploy?
And there you can see on your screen,
Yes,
Dragon
my
has
friend.
deployed.
Deployed.
and again, that is such a cool view of these science experiments in the trunk of that Dragon.
Separation has been confirmed.
As mentioned previously, Dragon is carrying tons of cargo to the International Space Station on this mission. A small portion of that cargo represents supplies for the astronauts, which is things like food and clothing, but most of that cargo represents science going up to the space station. The International Space Station serves as the world's leading laboratory where researchers conduct cutting-edge research and technology development that will enable human and robotic exploration of destinations beyond low Earth orbit, including Mars. So what we have coming up next in about a minute and a half is the solar array deployment for Dragon. And if you can see in this view, the solar arrays are actually folded up against the side of Dragon. So what will
And thank you all for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And that was amazing. That was the, I believe, the CRS-17. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching.